I tend to mess up videos, so you're gonna witness this.
What the best part about this is that Keallan is super nervous sitting across from me right now. It's awesome. and what's even better is that he's been here for a couple of years and he's done I don't know how many of these videos with me. So it's always hilarious to watch him just squirm like a little, kid in his chair. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dylan Bennett. I am the Regional Marketing Director for Mesa Fitness here in town. Today I am sitting with a pair of trainers from the Mesa Fitness Grand Junction location. We put out a post yesterday and the day before through our app, through our social media, just asking people what their questions are for the trainers. We want to do this as a weekly video series where we sit down with some different trainers and just ask them different questions about what we can do here in the gym, maybe some different nutrition stuff. We have trainers with all sorts of specialties and all sorts of backgrounds. So really anything. If you have questions, throw them in the comments below and we'll add those into next week's video. But today I have Keallan, who is the fitness director here at Mesa Fitness Grand Junction. He's been with the company for a couple years. Was it end of 2018?
2017.
2017.
Started. Yeah.
Extra year.
Yeah.
So he's been with the company for a couple years. He's worked at both gyms here in town. Both gyms actually as the fitness director, which is awesome. Started over here in Junction, spent some time in Clifton, and then came back here to Junction. The other trainer with me is Desiree Miners. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Glad I said it correctly. She is new to the team. She's got a little bit of a background in gymnastics. When I say a little bit, that's kind of an over-exaggeration. She's got about 11 years of experience in gymnastics, so she's really going to be able to answer a lot of questions around that. But she's got a wide array of specialties to kind of help anybody out. So I've got two of them here with me. I've got a couple of questions kind of from all over the place that I'm gonna go over with them today. Okay. So guys, first one that we got was what does it take to get started with a personal trainer?
So to get started with a personal trainer, you can come in and get a starting point session scheduled. That's free to new members or anybody new to personal training. This would be a time we can sit down together, discuss what your goals are, how you can get to those goals, and anything really related to your fitness schedule or your time here in the gym, what you can do to make more out of your time at the gym, or just nutrition, really anything that can help you get to your goals and what you want to make out of the gym. And you can get that scheduled here with us and we'd be happy to help you.
Cool. Kind of a bounce off question. This is really for either one of you. Do you recommend somebody having an idea of what they want to get out of the gym before they come in, or is that something that you guys can help them with?
Ideally, yes. Having some sort of idea, what your goal is, whether that's to lose 5 pounds or 2% body fat, or be able to get up and go hike Mount Garfield or something like that. So having a sort of good idea of what it is that you want to accomplish will kind of give us a better understanding and where to go from here and how to develop a game plan. So
perfect. Okay. Looks like the next question here. What's the difference between HIIT training and Keallan? I'll have you answer this one. Just explain what HIIT training is versus low intensity training.
Yeah. So HIIT training is high intensity interval training. So it is exactly what the name is. It's high intensity bouts of exercise for shorter periods of time, followed by shorter periods of rest. And the really goal behind that was to elicit the same amount of changes that you could get in a short amount of time that you could with low intensity steady state training, which is going to be something like more of a conversational pace, maybe a little bit lower for longer periods of time, here from 30 minutes to an hour. And you can vary those throughout the week. The biggest thing with that is you kind of want to look at your training and what it is that you're doing. So if you're prioritizing your conditioning, or maybe it is to lose weight, then you can mix the two. But it's really based around what your training is. So if lifting is your goal for that day and you want to get stronger, build some muscle, then you might want to do low intensity steady state toward the end. And if conditioning is your goal that day, then maybe HIIT training at the beginning and maybe some weight training at the end, or just HIIT or less. So
perfect. Okay. Looks like next question here. If you're working out at home still, which we think a lot of people are, which is good. It's good that people are still being involved in fitness. Obviously we would like to see you here in the gym. We always love seeing people come in, but if you're not quite comfortable yet and you've got some stuff at home, It looks like the question is, if I'm still working out at home, what do you recommend me doing? What kind of things should I be concentrating on?
So for that, I think you should have a goal in place. So whether you have a goal of, maybe you can't do a push-up, maybe your goal is to do a push-up, maybe you're a little more advanced, maybe you have a goal of being able to do 50 burpees in a certain amount of time. So have a goal to work towards and program your workouts to have that goal in mind. So what can you do to get to that goal and make the best out of your workout at home, and make sure you're using your time, not being, when people are at home, you know, you might be a little slower in your workout. Try to really keep going just like you're at the gym, so you're really getting the best out of your workout and just making sure you're doing things to reach those goals.
And touching on that, what Desiree just said, you know, also progressing each week. So whether that's, you know, increasing your total amount of volume or frequency throughout the week is going to be very important to help you reach your goal. And also, we all know this because we were all in quarantine for a while. I found that working out first thing in the morning was a lot better than sleeping in and working out later, because if I worked out later, either I'd get to it, but motivation wouldn't be there, so it'd be more of a, you know, it wouldn't be as an effective or efficient workout. Versus if I got it done first thing in the morning, I felt better about it, I felt great, and then also it got me going for the rest of the day, and I was much more motivated to go and do other things as well. So
Awesome. One thing I kind of want to bounce off that idea that you just touched on, doing it in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's always best, you know, in my experience and just what I've seen around the gym, being in the gym the last few years, is you know, you want to find what works best for you. Obviously,
exactly.
your schedule is a big proponent of it. So you have to, if you have to work early, obviously, you know, going in to work out early isn't always going to work. But you know, just finding the right time for you. But we do see quite a bit of people coming in the morning, but that's kind of the case for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for a trainer to help me. What should I be looking for? And I think they mean, you know, what should I be looking for in a trainer? What kind of things should I be cognizant of when I choose a trainer for me?
I think the first thing is, you know, kind of get some background information on what their experience is as a trainer. You know, a lot of trainers will try and come in, or you might go to a gym, you have a trainer who's, you know, brand new but doesn't have any prior experience coaching, and that's not always a bad thing, but it's also nice to kind of have a trainer that has some experience underneath their belt, because as a trainer in a regular gym just like Mesa Fitness, you're going to get a variety of a clientele base all over the structure, or all over the spectrum, sorry. And so it's great to kind of have that experience, because you can learn from working with, you know, an 85-year-old client who doesn't have much movement, who just wants to walk up the stairs, to a 15-year-old athlete who's, you know, getting ready for softball, basketball season. So there's a lot of things you can tie together, and there's a lot of learning aspects from both. I think the other big thing too is to get an idea of where they got their certification from, and if they have any specific specialties as a trainer, to understand, you know, what it is that they specifically focus on. So whether that's strictly just weight loss, and if you're an athlete, you know, you might want a trainer who specifically trains with athletes, or, you know, maybe you have a gymnastics background. So I think that's a big question to ask, obviously, is what their background is and their experience is working with different varieties of clients.
Yeah, I think just knowing their background and what they specialize in is a big thing, because if you have someone that specializes in gymnastics and you're a gymnast, you know, that's going to be better for you than someone who doesn't have experience in gymnastics. And same with any other specialty. If you're looking to specialize in something, make sure that trainer is really specialized in that area.
Yeah, and you know, most trainers are going to be able to work with clients, like I said, all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, too, if there's something specific that you want to work on, that trainer might not have that much experience in, you know, it's no disrespect to them, but, you know, find a trainer that does have that experience, because it's very important. At the end of the day, we want to provide the best service that we can for you. So we're also not going to step out of our scope of practice and try and do something that we're not qualified to do.
Just to kind of bounce off that question, how big do you think the personality of the trainer and client have to play in the success?
I think it plays a big role, but you'll find that most, if not all, trainers a lot of us kind of come with high energy. We can kind of get along with most people. We're always open to working with anyone, and so I think we have the ability to relate and kind of connect with a lot of different people, which is kind of the big reason why, or one of the big reasons why we got into this profession. So, but I do think at the end of the day, a lot of times, you know, certain trainers will have a certain side to them that can relate to a specific person at the same time, and vice versa from the client to the trainer as well. So I think it plays a big role, but you'll find for the most part, most trainers are able to relate to pretty much everyone.
Awesome. It looks like we got one more here that was submitted. I've been working out for a while now, but have stopped seeing results. What should I do?
You want me to go first, or you can go first?
I'll
You are, got you.
So change things up.
Yeah.
If you're always doing the same thing, you're gonna hit a plateau. You're gonna stop seeing those results because your body has adjusted. You need to shock your body in a new way. Make something harder, whether it's adding weight or changing up your routine, changing up the exercises even. If you're always doing the same 3 sets of 10 squats, lunges, push-ups, you're not gonna progress. You gotta make progressions and change up what you're doing if you wanna keep seeing results after some time.
Exactly. And it's just always, it comes down, anytime we have someone come asking us, or that comes and asks us, we kind of get an idea of what they have been doing to assess exactly what Desiree talked about. A lot of people come in and do the same thing, and it's very important, like I mentioned before, to have week-to-week or month-to-month progressions, because you want to give the body a reason to adapt to what you're doing. That's how it gets stronger, you build muscle. I think the other thing to look at, and this kind of veers off a little bit, but don't always look at the free performance enhancers. You're looking at sleep, you're looking at nutrition. A lot of people miss those too, and so if you're not performing well in the gym, you're not seeing results, you need to kind of reassess where your sleep is, reassess what your nutrition is like, if I'm eating enough, eating too much, or eating not enough, and then also hydration as well, right? Am I drinking enough water? So before you kind of look at many other factors, look at those things first, and then assess programming, and then you can go from there.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that's all the questions we have. Like I said, we want to make this a weekly video series. So if you have any questions for our trainers, it might not be these two particular trainers. If you just have a general question, throw it in the comments below. We'll do another video here in the next week or so, and post it on all our mediums. So if you don't follow us on some different mediums, we'll put it pretty much everywhere. Guys, you guys have anything else?
No, that's
I don't
it.
think so.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Sweet.